Hi, it's Hans at ahappierman.com. Today's topic is recovering from verbal abuse. Well, it's been many years since I left my verbally abusive wife, and the reason I left her was her verbal abuse, and it's so many years later, and I have spent all this time trying to recover, and I like to term where I'm at now as I am recovering, not that I'm recovered. I'm not sure that a person ever fully recovers from extreme trauma. It would be like somebody who goes through has post-traumatic stress disorder from being in a wartime events and saying, well, snap out of it, right? You know, I think what you have is, a person can go on from a traumatic events and live a pretty good life, but deep down, you still have this in you. So given that, you want to take care of yourself better, love yourself more, be your own best friend, and just consider yourself in a recovery process, and that you're going to spend as much time as necessary recovering, because truthfully it might take your whole life to recover. Now, some people will say, well, that's too long, I don't want to wait that long. And I would say, well, you're never going to recover if you stay with a verbally abusive spouse. You'll never recover. You'll always be traumatized. You'll always be beat up. You'll always be emotionally battered. Your spirit will always be torn apart. So you have to leave this verbally abusive spouse to have any chance of recovering and enjoying your life. Now, I consider myself a happier man. I have a website called ahappierman.com, and I have lots of articles, and I have links to all these videos on the website, and it's all the things I do to make myself happy and to treat myself well and to try to have a great, happier man life. And I consider myself a great success in this pursuit of happiness, in getting past the trauma and the drama and the chaos and the frustration and the overall beating up of that a person gets. You get beat up from this verbal abuse. You don't feel good about yourself when you're being verbally abused. You can't enjoy your life at all, and it may take a good long while to feel a little bit recovered. Truthfully, in the first number of years after I left my wife, recovering was very difficult because I kept finding myself getting dragged back into her sphere of influence, and I might go a week without having to talk to her, have to deal with her, and trying to feel a little bit better about life, and then I'd have an episode with her where I had to deal with her with something with the kids or something with the finances or something with the court, and just drive me down. So you may find that it's going to take a long time to ever get to the point where you can consider yourself pretty happy. But when you get to that point, it is so sweet when life finally starts working for you, and you have to put it in your mind that you deserve a great life, and that you're going to do whatever it takes to create that good life, right? In spite of this wife that you're leaving and that you're having to go through this massive effort to try to get divorced from. And in spite of all the drama that she throws at you regarding the kids and the stuff and the finances, and she's always trying to drag you back down into her world of that you are trying to escape from. But if you put it in your mind that you want to be escaped, that you want a happier man life, that you want a great life for yourself, you'll eventually get it. I'm just kind of warning you, it may take some time. It may take a good long while. I left my wife year 2007. I probably can't say I started getting more healed until maybe 2015, 2016, and then late, the last number of years just keep getting better and better and better. But there's just something that this is just something you're going to have to deal with. And the first thing you got to do is leave. If you need some guidance on the leaving the verbally abusive wife, go to my website, ahappierman.com. Check out the article I have about leave your wife and become a happier man with the 3-step system. I got a long article, and you might want to buy that book. And it's an ebook. And I would, if you have any trouble downloading it after you buy it, I can help you get it and do it privately. And that would be the first step, is to leave and then go through all of that. And there's an enormous amount of effort in leaving and doing the divorce. And it's a pretty traumatic time, but it isn't nearly as traumatic as the verbal abuse you've been suffering under. And then just there's all kinds of things you should be doing for yourself to try to make yourself a happier man. So give that idea some thought, all for now.